Greetings, everybody. I am Agatha Varshenka, and as always, I am the crown of the downtrodden, and welcome back to the sanctuary. So I have a very heavy topic for you this week. There was a very simple yet very complex question sent in, written by Jamie Anderson, who asked, "How do I stop myself from hurting myself?" Well, first off, Jamie, thank you so much for sending that in. That's a very heavy question, and I recognize the courage it must have taken to send that in, because that's heavy. That's very heavy. And I love that you sent that in, because that's a question I think we all ask ourselves at some point. So, hurting ourselves, what does that mean, first of all? Let's look at what that actually means. I mean, self-harm. I guess when you think of that, you think of the physical, like cutting and whatnot, or addiction and stuff like that. And yes, that is very much self-harm. That's something I've had experience with when I was much younger. But there's also the emotional self-harm, tying into a lot of the previous episodes when I've talked about self-loathing and dysphoria and whatnot. You just have this black hole inside yourself. That's the worst kind of self-harm. Because it leads to the physical, it leads to the mental and the addictions and whatnot. All of that play into the emotional self-harm. So with that being said, it applies to all of us. We've all hurt ourselves in some way. Maybe we just have a bad opinion of ourselves. Maybe we've cut ourselves at some point. Maybe we fall to addiction. Maybe we're conforming to a life that we hate just because we don't think we deserve what makes us happy. Yeah, that's self-harm too. So, how do we stop ourselves from doing that? As Jamie asked, that's a very heavy question. I don't really have the right answer for that. There is no right answer for that. I think everyone has their own answer based on their own experiences. But I will do my best to answer the best I can, from what I've been through, from my own perspective. Anyway, we're in a very tough time. We live in a very difficult world. Times are getting crueler and crueler. There's insanity everywhere. The times are just getting hard. Cost of living is going through the roof. More and more, we're seeing love get replaced by hate. There's just to love what you're doing is now frowned upon, and there's so much happening, and that's just the broad spectrum. That's the world view. But then there's our own individual lives and all the pressures with that. So many of us face bigotries. People hating on all of us for one reason or another. Homelessness is on the rise. Everything has gotten crazy. That doesn't mean they're always going to stay crazy. I mean, a lot of the craziness happening right now is, from people reacting to this and stepping up to change, and that's something very beautiful. That's how you can turn dark into light, I think. Instead of sitting there talking about what should be changing, go out and do it. And I love that a lot of this is happening. A lot of these different movements and whatnot. It's very beautiful. But in the meantime, things are still hard. And I think the greatest technique we can all use is to find that outlet inside of ourselves. What do you love? What brings you joy? What's something you love that's never let you down? For me, it's music, as well as other creative stuff. But music's the top spot for me. I've never been let down by. I've been let down by the music industry and fellow musicians and whatnot, and all the business and money stuff. I've been let down by that plenty of times. But the music itself has never let me down, and so I can always express that. So rather than turn the darkness on myself and hurt myself, I put into the music to make something beautiful out of it that maybe somebody will someday be inspired by. And you don't have to be a musician to do that. You could be a public speaker that want to give a speech about what you're feeling, or maybe you're a carpenter or something, or you could build something, or it goes on. Maybe you're athletic. You just get you go out and be athletic. You get those endorphins going, and you work with people and like you, and you just keep working together. I think that's the best way to prevent your own self-harm. Find what makes you, what ignites your soul. Regardless of whether it's your job or not. If it is your job, you're a very fortunate person. But for a lot of people, that's not always the case. As I mentioned earlier, cost of living, but it's art. But you still find that time, and if you don't have time, you make time. We're always supposed to be on this rat race and whatnot. It's no wonder we get stuck in our heads and start hurting ourselves in so many ways. That's when you see yourself being hurt by this, whatever's at stake, you have to say, whoa, time out. I need time for me. Because I gotta be healthy. Self-preservation. It's not being selfish to take time for yourself, reflect on what's hurting you inside, all this stuff coming in. So what can you do to heal? And then you don't hurt yourself. You're less inclined to hurt yourself. Be it physical, be it mental, be it emotional, spiritual. So yeah, that's my advice. Give yourself time, be patient with yourself, and find that thing, that light, the thing that's always light inside. We all have it. Maybe sometimes you don't feel like you have the light inside you, but there is. There's always some light. What is your most passionate about, your dreams? And another thing I will point out is good memories. We all have memories of joy and fulfillment. Sometimes you just sit and reflect on that. Live in the past or nothing, that's not what I'm saying, but it's like you open this treasure chest, you feel those memories and those feelings of what made you happy back then. Maybe learn something from it. So, anyway, I don't have the right answer on this question. I don't think anybody does, because there is no right or wrong answer. There's a lot of answers to give, and I would love to hear some of your answers. Please do comment below with this. This is a very important question that was asked this week, and I really want to see this conversation continue, because I think we can all help each other through it, because we all know some form of self-harm, and we can all find a solution. Anyway, so that's what I have to say. Again, please comment below if you have something you want to share, a response or an experience you want us to know about. And of course, always, if you have a topic you would like me to cover, You can comment below or email me at agathavarshenka@gmail.com. Anyways, that's all I got for you this week. I love you all, and see you next time.